Hello everyone, I wanted to welcome you to my craft table this morning. I am going to show you how to make this card. This is the very first thing we're going to do. And how this card came about is that when the summer catalog, I shouldn't say summer, when the annual catalog was released, I fell in love with this Swirly Bird stamp set. And it comes with a set of framelits. And I loved it because I just love birds, and birds in a nest. See, there's a little bird, and you can create a little nest, and then you can place it into this circle. They've even got little leaves on them. So I thought it was just the cutest little set. Wasn't quite sure what the other components were for, and I've since discovered that you can make sailboats and kites with it. So to me, it just really represented summer. And I always love grunge, so it's got a little bit of grunge on here and a few little flowers with cute little stems and leaves. So I made quite a few cards from this, and when I post this to my blog, I will link you to some other cards that I've made with this set with a more of a summer theme. But for Christmas, I was, when the holiday catalog came out, of course we're all getting geared up for the holidays, and Christmas in particular, because I do send out a lot of personal cards. I send over 35 cards to family and friends and to my clients. I have to get Christmas started early. And I was browsing through Pinterest and I found this cute card. This is my creation of the card, but the card I saw was this snowman, of course, with the 3 balls with his head up here. And it was just the cutest little thing, so I thought I would recreate it with a little bit of humor to it. So this is my creation, and so I'm going to show you how to make this card. So you're going to start with a card base. This is the thick Whisper White card base. It's basically 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 finished, and then you're going to cut a piece of the Soft Sky at 4 by 5 1/4, and I run it through the Softly Falling embossing folder to get the snow effect on it, which I just love. So those are your, that's your first layer. I went ahead of the video because it does take quite a bit of time to cut out some of the other items from the framelits. And in this card, I didn't add this cute little snowy hill, but I thought I would add it to the second card and see how it turned out. So I've cut this out, which is going to go across the bottom like that. I have a small piece of paper that I'm going to put the Mary on it. And the Mary stamp I actually got from another Christmas stamp set called Jar of Cheer. And I bought the summer one because it comes with a set of framelits. And then Stampin' Up's come out with this version for Christmas. And guess what? There's also one for Halloween. So you get lots of use out of those framelits with 3 stamp sets. So here's the Mary that I picked. For the question mark, I went to one of my older stamp sets, Back to Basics Alphabet. This one happens to be retired, but there are other alphabet sets. And of course, there's a little question mark in here, so I'm going to use that. So those are the stamp sets. When you cut these out now, I forgot to use what's called the precision base plate to cut these out, and I had a heck of a time getting these out of this framelit. See, there's these little narrow tracks in here, and it was really, really hard to get it out because I didn't use the precision base plate. So a couple of them ripped, so I had to start all over again. I used the precision base plate along with this little sponge and die brush, where you, once you've cut it out, you put it on and you rub it with this brush, and then a lot of the little pieces come out. So that did make it a lot easier once. Again, you know, you have to have the right tools. There's just, you know, no other way about it. You need the right tools for the job. So I have this piece for the base body of the snowman. And what you get is this piece falls out, and it's not quite a circle. And I wanted to put the little buttons on him, so I wanted to use this as well. And then for his head on this card, I just used a circle punch. I used the 1.5 inch circle punch to cut out his head. Well, it's just way too round. And so for the second card, I just decided to cut out another one of these from this. So I've got another one because it looks more like a hand-rolled snowball. All right. I also cut out the Jolly Hat Builder Punch. This comes bundled with another stamp set. So I punched out the top of the hat and then the brim. And then to get these little circles for his buttons and eyes, I used the Cupcake Builder. It's got 3 little circles here. It's just absolutely perfect size. So those are the punches I used. I'm changing up the color a bit. I'm going with red and navy this time. So let's go ahead and get started assembling this card. So the first thing I want to do is I want to adhere this down. Whenever I have an embossed piece of paper, I really do like Tombow glue. I just find it works a lot better, and you don't have to be so precise with getting close to the edges. So we'll put this layer down like that. Okay. And I'm also going to use Tombow glue to adhere this little snowbank down. Now I don't have to go, let me get you into camera here. I'm not going to go too close to the edges because this is longer than the card width, so I'm going to be able to trim a little bit off. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here. Okay. Now, don't, what we should have done, I've already made a mistake. See, you always make mistakes. Or not always, but you know, when you make a mistake, you gotta kind of fix it. So I'm just going to grab my scissors, and before I press it down too much, I'm just going to trim these pieces. There we go. Let's go on this side. There you go. Nobody will ever know. All right. Next step is the base of the snowman. So again, I'm going to put a little bit of Tombow glue on here. I don't worry about sticking the whole thing down. I'm just going to put a bit of glue in all the kind of wider areas. There we go. And we'll put this down like this. With Tombow glue, it's best to kind of hold it for a few minutes. Yes, please. I apologize for my nails. They're a bit of a mess, but I just have not had time to go and get them done because I get the gel polish on so that the polish doesn't rub off on my cards. I've had that happen. Just finish the card, pick it up to look at, and then you go, oh my gosh, look, there's nail polish scratch on it. And I've tried every trick in the book, and nothing will take that off. So I try to avoid that. All right, now this more or less does fit in here if you fiddle with it. I don't think it really matters that you get it too precise. It does fit in here. There you go. That's where it fits. So if you want to be precise, just keep moving it around a bit. I'll add a little bit of glue and stick that in there like that. Hold it down. All right, next step is we can start, we'll put his middle of his body on here. So again, I'll just put a little bit of glue in the thicker areas. Now some of you may be asking, well, why aren't you using that fine tip glue? Well, I find the fine tip glue squishes out more. I don't know, it's as little as I put on there, when I press it down it sort of squishes out, and I think it's because it's a thinner glue, whereas the Tombow is a little bit thicker. So that's why I prefer Tombow to the fine tip glue pen. I've had troubles with the fine tip glue pen. But it's good to have it because it's a great medium to use for creating shine on your cards. All right, so let's put this little head down here. Like that. And then we'll add, now the hat I did put on a dimensional. Let me just grab that. I put the hat on a dimensional just to give it a little bit of dimension. There we go. And I'm just going to glue the brim. Like that. And you know, I had a little pom-pom here earlier, but of course it's so tiny I've now lost it. So let me just punch out another one. I have a scrap piece of navy blue here. Here we go. A little bit of Tombow on the end, and then stick that on like that. Okay, coming together. Now for the eyes. Now, okay, we're going back to the fine tip glue pen because I did use this to put the eyes on. I don't know, you can ignore what I say and just do what you want. But you know, you learn by using the products, right? So I'm going to do, but you have to, oh, look, see, it just comes out so quick and so fast. And I am a big tweezer fan. I use tweezers a lot. And the other thing I like to do, I'm going to get it, is I like to have a pencil with an eraser on the end, because I like to do this sort of thing. But you see, it's squishing out already. And it leaves a shine behind it. I kind of wish Stampin' Up! Would come out with, there's a Ranger product called Multi-Matte Medium. It's a white glue, but when it dries matte, so it's not shiny. Okay, so let's do, you need 2 eyes. There we go. And then we need his mouth. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 is enough. And he's sad, of course, and you know why. He's sad. I'd be sad too if I'd lost my head. Ah, see, that's why I use a pencil. So I can get it off. Oh boy, that's a big mess. Now I got glue on the other side. I don't know, I'm feeling rushed today, and I don't like to be rushed when I craft, but I have a lot to do today. One of which is I have to find time to clean the bathrooms. They're just a disaster. I'm always wanting to craft. Oh, we need a nose. Hang on. I need a little piece of pumpkin pie. That was the one color I didn't get out. And I just hand cut a little nose. And I just do a wiggly sort of little bit like that. Put a little bit of tombow on there. There we go. And there's his little nose. So cute. I love snowmen. All right, and what's left to do? Let's see. Oh, we have to do a scarf. He's got a little scarf on here. So I'm going to do that in Night of Navy. Now, here's the unfortunate bit. There is no framelit or punch for the scarf. So guess what you have to do? You got it. You're going to have to hand cut it. So I'll cut this out and then I'll probably edit the video so you don't have to sit and watch me cut. You all know the trick to cutting, right? You move the paper more than you move the scissors. There you go. And I'll just make a bit of definition up the middle. Okay, there's his scarf, and the scarf goes up here. So you could put this on a dimensional if you want, but I think I'm just going to put a bit of glue on there. Okay. Put the scarf up like that. And there you have it. Oh no, we're not finished. Silly me. We have to do this. All right. Oh no, I don't want Night of Navy. You can do Night of Navy. What the heck? Maybe I'll do Night of Navy. I had black on the other one. Let's do Night of Navy. Again, when you're stamping, especially these, well, no, I'm not going to say just photopolymer, but when you're stamping, you should really let that ink settle into the paper by pressing it. Oh boy, that I made a big mess. Ugh, big mess. Let's start over. Hang on, I've got another piece of paper. Yeah, as I was saying, you want to let the ink absorb into the paper a little bit, and I think you get a nice cleaner image. What's that on there? Oh, I've got ink on my fingers. It's a disaster waiting to happen. Okay. And again, I think I've got extra ink on there. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to just flag my end. Go up the middle, go in from the sides. There you go, and then I don't need it as wide. Cut that. These I did put on dimensionals. So here they are. 1 and 2. And just put that on like that. There you have it. I hope you like it. It's kind of cute. It gives you some other ideas on how to use the Swirly Bird stamp set. And an early, early Merry Christmas to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.